mental more pressure and physical more pressure. So as you're trotting your horse around, loping your horse around, whatever physical, you're putting physical pressure on that horse. If you go to sack that horse out with a flag or the whip or whatever, to get it kind of despooked, you're putting mental pressure on that horse. There's our photo bombing cat right there. You're putting mental pressure on the horse when you're doing those kind of despooking, desensitizing things. And what happens if you do too much of that out of order, you're going to create some problems. And I've seen a lot of kind of those problems lately. I was emailing somebody a while back who had started a Mustang and had, I believe, 3 rides on it. First 2 rides went really good. Third ride she broke in 2. And after talking through everything with him, it seemed to me that as he was training, he did more despooking and less mental pressure to get the horse really locked on him. So basically, when you're despooking, you are telling your horse, this is okay. This is not scary. This is not going to hurt you. This is okay. Stand still. And what happens if you do a lot of despooking before you get really a horse started, let's say, started under saddle? What's going to happen is you're going to put the pad on, you despook it, you're going to put the saddle on, it's okay with the saddle. And if you keep doing a lot of that, you're going to teach the horse that that's all okay, which is what you want. But if you don't keep continuing to challenge the horse, what's going to happen is the horse is going to get to a point to where everything is okay until it's not okay. And we've had like Phantom recently. Phantom is a good horse. I like his mind, and we were starting him under saddle. He never bucked the first time I put the pad on. He never bucked the first time I put the saddle on. A little bit of trouble bridling, but none of that. And we got to a point with him, and I've talked about with him, he is okay with something before he's good at it. And we had to just keep putting pressure on him, until we found where does his attention on us so we can train. If I get like Phantom, you saw me ground driving him, working him on the line, all that kind of stuff. And he was paying attention to everything out there, not paying attention to me. And it wasn't until I put enough mental pressure on him to get him to pay attention to me that I knew we were going to be able to make progress. If I would have kept on proceeding with and kept on going and his attention be out somewhere else, then we were going to reach a point where it was everything was good until it wasn't good, and he was going to blow up or something like that. So I had to keep pushing that envelope. Now, the other side of that is you're working with your horse, working on some desensitizing, despooking stuff, and they're overreacting to everything. Well, that's the other end. No extreme either direction is good. If he's overreacting, if he's on that extreme, that's not good. You have to work on that. If he is so okay with it that he's not paying attention to what you're doing, the other extreme, that's just as not good. And you have to watch your horse to see where in that they are. And to progress a horse's training, they need to be somewhere in the middle. They need to be okay with what you're doing, but concerned enough that they're paying attention. I get some horses in the start that have been so desensitized, you can do practically anything with them. And I start saddling, bridling, and they've already had so much of that work done that they don't really care. And that's the ones that's going to hurt you. That's the most dangerous ones, because everything's going to be okay until it's not. And that's why the young horses that my personal ones, when they're yearlings or early 2-year-olds, I let them be a horse. I don't really do a whole lot with them because I want their mind in the right place so that I have to challenge them enough that we can get done what we're wanting to get done. But they're also, their mind is broke enough that they're not over responding to everything that we do. So much has been done recently with just getting horses just totally despooked to the point where they're practically dead in the head. And that creates problems. That's going to give you an illusion of they're okay with all these things until they're not. And that's a problem.